guys.
What up? Guys, it's 2015!
Yeah!
Guys, it's SacAnime! Guys, look who we have here! Let's introduce ourselves.
Yes.
All right. You want me to start us off?
Me?
Or do you want me to start?
I want you to start.
Okay. My name is Mr. Clean, and I sell cleaning products. My name is David Vincent, and I'm a voice actor based, right back at you. I'm a voice actor based out of Los Angeles, California. And I guess some of the roles that you may recognize me from would be Grimjow from Bleach. Cool. I've done a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm too lazy to pull up my Wikipedia. So I would say Blue Exorcist, Code Geass. We've got a little one called Kill and Gargantia that's coming out now. I do the voice for Senketsu in that. I've got some video games. I'm in the new Smash Brothers that's out now. Awesome. As the voice of Robin, and just tons of other stuff. Lots of video game work, lots of animation. I got a new kids TV show on Sprout. Where I play a character, Mr. Niblet, who is getting paid to talk like this and teach children about exercise. So much fun. Anyway, I'm really excited to be at SacAnime. It's my first time coming to this con. Woo! Woo!
Hi, I'm Mendez, also a voice actor. First time at SacAnime. I am Aladdin in Magi the Labyrinth of Magic. Yay! I love Aladdin. I'm Ryuko in Kill and Gargantia, which is why I'm here.
Yeah!
And I'm in a bunch of, I'm in Blood Lad. Blood Lad is another anime. I'm in a bunch of different characters, mostly Jasmine, who's in like the OVA. We're in that together. See, and a bunch of JRPGs like Atelier, Escanlagi, and I'm Pac-Man in Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures video game. Yeah, really, that was like my first professional role. Pac-Man. But yeah, a bunch of stuff I don't remember. So Matt, it's your turn.
Well, yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Mercer. I'm a voice actor as well. Happy to be here. Also, my first time at SacAnime. So projects, stuff like also in Magi as Sinbad, which was fun, great character. Leon in Resident Evil. Crom in Fire Emblem. This guy over here. And a little bit of Smash Brothers. Just a little bit. Just enough to piss me off. A bunch of other game projects. You're welcome to look it up online. And Levi in Attack on Titan. Awesome. Yay! And Chamber in Gargantia, half of this panel, and Mikisugi in Kill and Gargantia, the other half. So, yay. That's why I'm in the middle. I'm like the one holding both sides.
You're the bridge of the
You're the bridge. You're the liaison between us.
Exactly. What could possibly go wrong?
Hi, I'm Alan Lee. I'm also a voice actor. I can't talk about too much of the other stuff that I've been in, but I am Leto from Gargantia.
Yeah!
And if anyone played Fairy Fetzereff, I'm Sherman, and that's really about all I can talk about. But yeah, this is my first time at SacAnime, and actually this is my first convention, so be gentle.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Moris. I'm also a voice actor from Los Angeles. I'm Amy in Gargantia.
Yeah!
Some other things that I've done, I'm Ritsu in K-On! and Cube in Madoka Magica. Also, Lifa in Sword Art Online. Yubel in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And Leo and Luna in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Let's see, a lot of other things. As in Bravely Default. Is anybody playing that right now? Bravely Default, yay! I'm DLE. And Sophie in Tales of Grace's F. Love my Sophie. And a lot of other awesome things with these awesome people. So yeah.
I have to say that one of my favorite moments of these panels is when we name off characters we've done and you catch a few voices in the audience that go, oh! We had no idea. It's so wonderful.
I didn't realize
you were in that, right?
I did the voice for Richard.
Yeah, you're Richard. Richard. Oh yeah, we have a couple scenes together. Yeah. See, okay, this is like the thing. We're like, because we always record solo for video games. I mean, not always, but for Tales of Graces we did. So like, I didn't even know anybody else who was in it at the time. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess that "oh" sound we also make on the panel.
Oh, that was you. Yeah.
Well, awesome, guys. Welcome. Thanks for coming join us. So I guess we're thinking this is just a general Q&A?
Yeah, general Q&A. Of course, we can talk about Kill and Gargantia, but if I was just gonna say we have other questions,
What else?
something else.
Yeah, we
Go
can talk
for
about
it.
anything.
Yeah.
What we had for breakfast, our New Year's plans.
My hairstylist.
Favorite breakfast? Let's go ahead and...
We want to have. There we go. Yes.
All right. So first off, I don't know if we can get that mic to function, because we're not getting any audio out of that wonderful blue sphere of nothing.
Hello. But we did hear him.
But we
I don't
didn't
think
hear you.
anybody else did.
That was fine.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah!
Yeah.
And so if you want to repeat the question, just so
Yeah.
everyone can hear it.
What was the funniest thing that...
Okay.
Feedback.
There we go.
Okay. What was the funniest moment did you have while recording Gargantia and Kill and Kill?
Or were you just talking about the mic? Is that why you started talking? I thought you were going to say something first.
Oh, no.
Sorry. I'm like, okay.
It's all good.
Woo, tired. Okay, well, I have one while people are thinking. So sometimes, whether or not if it's of our own volition or the director's idea, they'll have us leave voice bombs for other actors. I had one that I had to do. They asked me to do this for Patrick because there's a scene in Kill a Kill with Gamagori, and this character is like really into bondage. So there's a point where he's whipping Ryuko with like weird whip things that he uses for part of his uniform. And so the actual line was me just going like, ow, 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 stuff like that. And so they had me, I'm not gonna do it like verbatim, but basically the way, what they had me say was, oh, Patrick, please, don't stop. So now that I think about it, it's kind of like some weird sexual harassment, and I probably could have sued them for that, but I'm not gonna do that. It was all good fun, right? But I was so embarrassed after that, even if it was just, a funny little joke, because I'm like not very much a sexual person, so having to say that was like, oh my god, my face is probably turning red right now just thinking about it.
That makes it even more of a perfunctory attack on Patrick, too.
Yeah.
We know he did that. Wow, you got her to do that?
Well, I guess he didn't even notice it at first. He was just kind of like, why is she saying, oh? So, yeah.
Okay, so I'll go. For Gargantia, so I play, again, Leto, and Leto in, I think it's the beach episode, I think somewhere in the middle, he gets chased by transvestites. And, I'm walking, his character, my character is walking down the scene, and he's like, I gotta find this thing, it's a job, and I gotta go, and they're like, oh, hello, and Tony was directing, and he was like, all right, let's ham it up a little bit more, and I was like, because I keep getting chased, and I ran out of breath halfway through, and I think it was the scene cut to Chamber, and Chamber's like, he's in trouble, and Pinion is like, no, don't worry, he needs to learn about life and learn about the world, and I'm screaming my butt off, and I'm like, oh, and I run out of breath, and now I'm just like, oh, hey, Tatum, oh, and I keep running through. And I told Tatum this, and he's just like, I would be there. Probably. Yeah.
When I found out that there were transvestites in Gargantia, that was quite a moment for me, personally.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I was like, what are they? Because you know, like we're watching the dub, like as we're dubbing it, and Tony's like, they're transvestites. I was like, ah, next one.
I think it's a great statement that with all civilization collapses, that's one of the prominent,
Yeah.
social groups that maintains and, is
That is-
part of society. It's
yeah.
like the survivalists. Good
Stood
on
the test of time. We're always going to have that red light district sort of niche thing for humanity.
Well, I just like the idea that no matter what clothes, it ends up being scavenged from the old society. They're fine.
That's true.
Well, they're like
all
chameleons, you
functional.
know? They can go one way or the other, or both ways at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'll say, as Chamber didn't have too many comedy moments, he's kind of the straight man, which makes the comedy.
Yeah, which makes the comedy.
Right. So I didn't have a lot of comedy bits in that. Alternatively, Kill the Kill. Ikisugi's a very different character from Chamber. And unlike, I know a lot of people have watched the show in advance. I hadn't. So a lot of the scenes that I had to record, it was very much like, okay, we're gonna preview. What's going on? What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, roll it.
How did you not die?
Oh no, I did multiple times. There was so many moments where I just like slowly turned to Tony and be like, "What's going on?" But I think one of my favorite scenes is there's one sequence when Mikisugi is talking about the history of the life fibers and how they've affected human evolution. And they cut to this sequence which shows Mikisugi dressed in like all these different outfits from all across time. And it goes from everything from like a Michael Jackson outfit to like a classic colonial dress to all these wonderful outfits that were coming through. And I'm just stopping like, this is ridiculous. And all these look really good on him. And I kind of want to wear most of these now. Yeah, there were too many moments in that show I can really pinpoint.
I don't know if they put together a blooper reel or not.
They better.
Yeah,
They
they have to.
There's some shit.
At the end of every episode, Senketz, the character that I voice, does the recap and the coming up next on Kill la Kill at the end of every single episode. And so finally, we had been recording for a while, and I was getting a little punchy. And at the end of every episode, the title of every episode is actually the title of the song that the writer was listening to when he ended the episode that he was working on. This is what Alex told me. And so I was coming up to do my record the ending of an episode called Tell Me Why. And for those of you who are probably a lot younger than me, Tell Me Why is a song by a 1980s band called Bronski Beat. And they were a new wave band in the 80s. And so normally I use the Senket's voice of coming up next on Kill la Kill and name the title of the episode. And this time I was just, like I said, getting a little punchy, and the song in its refrain goes into a very obnoxiously high falsetto that the lead singer does. So I busted out with coming up next on Kill la Kill, tell me why. Hero and Alex are just looking at me like, are we gonna use that take? No. But I like the idea.
Thank you. Next question.
All right. Yo. Okay.
Yo.
I'm not going to use that, although you can probably still hear it through it, because I can project. Anywho, to David Vincent and Matthew Mercer, were either of you Smash Brothers players before getting cast in Smash for 3DS and Wii U? And Matt, I will add, do you think Crom should have been playable?
Well, have you?
I to be honest with you, no.
I'm
sorry, I don't hiss.
I will follow up with, did this turn you into Smash players?
Yes. Now that I can say. When I got cast, I was so excited to be a part of it. You know what's so funny is I got the email from Danny, Cup of Tea, is the production company that we recorded with. And it just said in the title of the email, it just said, are you available to come in and record for Fire Emblem? And so, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be there. And so I go in, and Danny, who I just love to death, is, there's normally the normal group of people weren't there, but a bunch of gentlemen from Nintendo were there. And Danny is in the the recorder, the studio, and Danny's just looking at me like this. You know what you're here for, right? And I'm like, Fire Emblem? And she's like, Smash Brothers. Yeah! So I was really excited to be a part of it.
I had a similar experience when I got there, didn't know what the project was, similar circumstance, and the producer was like, so yeah, this is for Smash Brothers. I'm like, yes! Like, you're not playable. I'm like, no! But you're in the game, Kanye. I'm like, yeah! But I've been playing since the original N64 one, because I'm a huge nerd.
I remember There Will Be Brawl.
Yeah, I directed a web series back in 2009 called There Will Be Brawl. It's like a film noir, live-action HBO crime drama version of the Nintendo Smash Brothers universe. I directed it. I also played Ganondorf and Kirby and a couple other characters. Like Kirby's a cannibal because he eats people and wears their skin. Like that's just what he does.
He's basically Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, it's a Hannibal Lecter character. And Kylie Bear, another guest at this event, was our Wario, and he was amazing. So definitely check it out if you're bored for 3 hours in a night. But yeah, so I love Smash Brothers. I main Mewtwo, who's been the original.
He's coming back as DLC.
I know, that made me really excited. And Luigi, because he's just weird and fun to mess with people. But so for me, it was a huge kind of nerd first full circle to have played the game series for so long, and then to have made a web series for a year about it, and then to actually be in it, even just a little bit.
Yeah.
And to answer your final question, yes, I think Crump should have been a character. But to be fair, the game needed a lot better female characters anyway. It had generally been so much of a large male cast. I felt it was really cool that they brought in Lucina instead, who is a great character. I just think maybe if they can do DLC now, which they can, maybe in the future they should bring Crump into DLC. That's all I'm saying.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you, man.
You'll taste the bitterness of defeat right after Robin gets them.
Anything can change, my friend.
It's time to tip the scales.
Can I just say I was a little disappointed that they didn't bring in Ghostly Adventures Pac-Man?
DLC.
Because I heard all the rumors that Pac-Man was going to be in Smash Brothers, and I'm like, oh my god, I could be possibly, because there's been so many voices for Pac-Man, but I could possibly be Pac-Man in Smash Bros. Because I've been the latest one, and they use old Pac-Man, and I was like, but he's still kind of a fun character-ish. I don't know.
There you go.
I've only played a little bit, but anyway, question.
Thank you guys for coming. So this is kind of like a scenario question. If Grimjaw, Ryoko, Leon, Amy, and Leto all got into a food fight, what is your choice of food to throw at each other?
Croquettes. Mystery croquettes.
Seaweed bread.
Raw salmon.
Tacos.
Okay, so now that you know our food weapons, who do you think would win? Raw salmon.
Probably Grimjaw. I think he has a better arm than Leon, but I'd like to see that.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'd say if Leon had any food to throw around, it'd probably be the Valentine's Day chocolates he never got to give to anyone, because he never gets the girl. Thank you.
I have one question specifically for Alan, and I have one question for David and Matthew. For Alan,
Yeah.
I just recently watched Gargantia, and I have to say I am highly impressed with your voice work.
Oh, thank you.
And I definitely remember you coming here to SacAnime at one time. I believe it was called the nighttime video program and such. And I still remember you. And well, I think
Thank you.
now you've gotten into the industry. How does it feel that you've made it to the voice acting business, and what can we expect from you in the future?
Ooh, well, so I grew up watching anime. I watched like Toonami and Adult Swim, and like I was in middle school and high school when that happened. So like I was really, I don't know, I watched a lot of the dubs, and I watched, I think I watched K-On! In high school, and I mean, and so when I heard actually I was going to be partnered with Cassandra, I was like, Ritsu, yes. She's like because she's my favorite character in K-On! So like, yay. But no, it's weird because like like the fact that I'm directed by Tony, and again, like Tony played like Lupin, and he was Rick Hunter. You know, I had those like stargaze moments, where, like, oh my God, I can't believe what am I doing here? And it was a weird transition, but you know, like people kind of eased me in, they kind of calmed me down. But I don't even remember the last part of the question right now. But it's just so fun. It feels like a dream, to be honest, and it's been so surreal. That's the only way I can put it. And what you can expect from me, I don't know. I mean, you might hear from me. Maybe in the spring, I don't know, actually I have no clue when they're gonna release the other stuff, but I hope to be in more anime. I mean, it's so much fun, and it's very therapeutic in life for me. And yeah, that's what I'll have to say.
And for, let's say, for David and Matthew, how do you think I don't know, a boys' love scene between Robin and Crumb would go?
The scene between Robin and Ron.
A scene or a scene? Love scene?
I think you said a scene, not a love scene.
Love scene.
That's a different panel.
That's a whole different panel.
I think that's at 9:30 tonight.
Yeah. Actually, oh, you'll be the wind at my back and the sword at my side. Oh, I guess it's a sword no matter where you want to put it, but... Anyway.
You could be my Arc Thunder.
Oh, I'm not done yet. That happened.
Good question. It did.
I'm the envy of all the girls in this room.
Oh.
Sitting in the middle.
Hey, how are you guys doing? So, kind of a situational question. If Kill to Kill wasn't all about clothes, what do you think they would be doing instead of using clothes as the items, per se?
They'd all be naked.
That's right.
I don't know.
It's a hard question because like it's such an intrinsic part of the storytelling. Like the way they used clothing and covering and fashion expression. It's hard to think of what else they could. I mean, there's many things they could tell it with, but it would change the story so drastically.
Yeah.
Go Gets.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
All right, so would you guys believe that they wrap it in a way that you couldn't tell the story in any different fashion?
You could, but I don't think it would be as well tied together and as epic as it was. Something so domestic as clothing and fashion you don't consider as such a driving point for an apocalyptic world scenario utilizing alien beings and you know, for some reason that's one of the few mediums that they chose that works for it. So.
All right, well, thank you guys for sewing up my questions real fast. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too. Good question.
Hi. So what were your favorite scenes to record in Kill and Gargantia?
Favorite scenes to record?
I have one. I don't know if I can say it without giving away a spoiler though. When we're all rapping. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you saw it or not. I'll have to come up with something that's a little more generic. There's so many awesome scenes. There was one in particular that literally we were laughing the whole time we were recording it. It was so fun. But I don't want to give away any spoilers. All right. You guys want to say it? Yeah. Okay. All right. You asked for it. There's a scene where they always do the recap episode, and so there's a scene where Sencats goes and he does the recap for the episode, and so it's like 16 episodes that he has to recap in the span of about 30 seconds, and so we spent 4 hours. Me talking like this one as fast as I possibly could, and it just came out awesome. It sounds amazing. So and the humor is just really funny.
Favorites? Okay. Mine is just like really simple. It's just like in the beginning when Amy is just like making deliveries to people and just like jumping like from place to place. It just kind of like, it just like paints a picture of the world and think that's just like a cool way to get introduced to like where she lives. And I don't know, I just really like those like all-encompassing, like this is where we live and this is how we do it. And I think it's cool that she can fly, so I don't know.
I think, oh man, I mean, there's so many scenes that I just really have a lot of good memories about, and I mean, this is kind of it's my first series, we'll say it that way. But like when they were negotiating after the first 3 episodes, he's had a standoff with the people of Gargantia, and Amy comes in with a fish, and she eats it, and he's like, "What is that?" And Chambers says, "It's the corpse of a dead aquatic animal," and I'm like, "A corpse?" And he's like, "I think she wants you to eat it," and I'm like, "But it's a corpse! Like, what the heck?" And I don't know, that was a lot of fun. And at the end, when Chamber has his ultimate bro moment, without going too much into spoilers, like that was a lot of fun. That was very touching for me as a person acting within that scene. That was it was a great release for me. It was a good catharsis. But yeah, I mean, those are the scenes that kind of stick with me.
I got teary-eyed recording that final
Yeah, I did too,
scene at the
actually.
end of it. I was like, oh, give me just a second.
Chamber.
Okay, go. That was definitely a good one. I mean, just and the first major, the trio nudist beach reveal was like that we did that for about 10 minutes straight just to try different variations on it, just to play with it and see what we could do, and that was a fun exercise. And taking the same phrase and just playing with it over and over again until we found the right ridiculous over the top expression of a nudist. It was fun.
I take it back. That is my favorite scene.
Which you recreated at Autocon perfectly. It was amazing.
Man, it's hard because there's so many good ones. There's a part where Ryuko gets like really emotional over like basically Senket's getting used for like, I don't know, there's this whole thing, and I don't want to spoil anything too bad because it's probably even a bigger spoiler than yours, and it's just, I don't know, she just comes back and is like trying to defend Senket's the best she can against everybody trying to use him as like this war weapon or whatever. And she gets like super emotional, and she's like on the verge of tears, and like I actually pretty much forced myself to cry for that scene, and it was just, after I got home, I was like totally broken for the rest of the day because I was like, oh my god, I don't know how to feel anymore. So it was really, it pushed me a lot, and I know, I hope it came out as well as I feel like it did, so we'll see in the next volume, I think. So February. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Matthew Mercer.
Yes.
What was it like playing in Destiny? You were like the main guy.
Yeah, human in Destiny.
Yeah, like what was that like? Because it seemed kind of boring.
Oh, it was.
I'm just saying it's just like he was kind of like I don't know what the ghost thing was called, but he was like, what are we gonna do? And he was like, you were just like going, let's go in with Dawn.
Yeah, it was. The dialogue was definitely very limited. It was more of an exploration than a real storytelling experience for the player character in that. But it was. It was great because I got to meet a lot of the Bungie guys who made the Halo games, and I've been a big fan of theirs for a long time. And getting to act against Peter Dinklage's already recorded VO was fun. Didn't actually get to meet him, unfortunately, but no, it was a great project. It was only 1 day recording because, like I said, we had many thoughts, few words, apparently, in Destiny. But it was fun.
Okay. And I think one more question for all of you. What are your favorite games?
Favorite games?
Yep.
Video game?
For me, I'd have to say Tekken. I love fighter games, and the fact for me, it was like Smash Brothers was full circle for you. Tekken was the one game that I played before I got cast as martial law. So when I actually got to go in and do the voice, and number one, and also martial law is based off of Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee was my absolute childhood hero growing up. So getting to go in and actually do that voice was a real treat for me. And I love to play the game still. So.
If they ever do another Tekken Street Fighter crossover, I hope they put Fei Long in there. We can have a martial law versus Fei Long Bruce Lee off. That would be amazing.
This is sort of an unpopular opinion, but my favorite Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy VIII. So, yeah, that and I really like the Lunar series. Just the first 2 games, the rest of them don't exist. So, those are good games.
It's like picking children. I'll say a handful that I can't really rate against themselves, but like the very first Chrono Trigger is a very, very amazing game. Final Fantasy 6 and 7 both also affected me. 11 as well. Baldur's Gate series for PC, great RPGs, and the Dark Souls series, great games.
It's like amazing taste in games. We're gonna hang out once. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of my favorite too, and that one too, and
Good.
they're all my favorites. Just okay, but I don't know. I mean, like, there's a lot of games that I like to go back and replay, and then there's like guilty pleasures. So like, I'm a really dorky like Dynasty Warriors fan. Like, I just like to hack and slash like thousands of people and feel like, yes, like I dominate you all. I dominated all of China. And it's just like, oh god. But I don't know. I think right now my favorite game is yeah, I'd have to say like something like Super Nintendo Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying, yeah, Turtles in Time. I can play that for hours, and it's like a 25-minute game, so it's just like, let's just start it again and again and again.
Okay, hands down, first favorite game of life is Duck Hunt. My brother and I used to play that at my grandparents' house for like hours and hours and hours, and it was just like, I just have like amazing memories of that.
Did you grow up with a mistrust for dogs after that?
Second favorite game, the original Super Mario Brothers from like 1985. I literally downloaded it on my 3DS, and that's like the game that I play the most. Because I'm awesome. But like modern games, I've been working my way through Bravely Default. Yay! And that, just like the world that they created is so cool, and it's so like steampunky, and like the design is awesome. And then I just started playing Rune Factory 4. Is anybody else in that here?
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Something about it's kind of cool. I kind of like it.
It's a fun RPG
Yeah,
slash
it's just
game
like a
sim.
little like cool thing. You just want to like zone out.
If you come across a cat boy named Leon, don't listen to him.
Okay.
He's kind of a prick.
Noted.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
For Matthew, Erica, and David, for your Kill and Gargantia characters, what is the few things that you like about your characters, and what are the few things you don't like about them?
Ryuko's like my baby. I can't not like her. I mean, I think what I like about her and dislike about her is kind of the same thing. She's like really headstrong, and that gets her in, you know, cool situations sometimes, but it also gets her in a lot of trouble. But I also like that she's very, just her relationship with Mako, I think, is beautiful. Like, I actually, somebody talked to me about this earlier because I mentioned it at other cons, but I'm actually like a Gamagori Mako shipper. But, yeah, like the whole cast likes Gamagori Mako.
Kinda, yeah.
It's canon now. But yeah, I mean, just Ryuko and Mako, people are leaving because Gamagori and Mako is my OTP. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know, just Ryuko and Mako just have this like really deep friendship that I love, and just Ryuko and Senketsu's relationship I think is amazing, and just how they grow together, and yeah, so just her views on friendship and like what she feels is important, I think is probably my favorite quality about her.
I like Senketsu's relationship with irons.
OTP, I lied, that's my OTP. Senketsu iron.
No, I think the same way, you know, the relationship that Ryuko and Senketsu has. I think it's there are so many levels to it, and it's exciting to watch. And to watch their relationship unfold over the course of the series. As far as anything I wouldn't like about him, I don't know. That's a tough one. He's kind of a likable fella. Article of clothing. You know?
When he checks people's BMI through their blood, that's a little rude.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's a little
salty.
obnoxious. Stop eating so many croquettes.
For Aikido, I like that he plays at the long game for what he thinks is the greater good, and he really is that leader that wants to stand up and show people a way to free themselves of the tyranny, and definitely has a team that fully respect and are behind him, even through his kookiness. So I really like and admire his leadership qualities and the fact that he's pretty much willing to do whatever it takes to protect his friends and their goals. I would say I don't like how creepy he gets sometimes earlier in the series, especially against Miko. You know, I'm all for self-expression. I'm all, you know, like, nudity, whatever, that's awesome, you go for it. But it's when he starts, like, creeping on her and getting his innuendo on with Rico, it's like, oh, okay, this is getting a little weird. There's no extra credit at the end of this for a teacher. So yeah, that's a little interesting. But other than that, I totally dig the character.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually have two questions. One is for Matthew and David. What would happen if Levi met Grimjow?
What would happen?
Yeah, how would they introduce themselves, or how would they fight? Or would they fight?
I think that Grimjow would probably just unleash Gran Rey Seto on him. And, you know, take that, man. Sorry, family-friendly show. Take that, fella.
And then he wouldn't be there.
Yes. Yeah, so it would be a very brief meeting.
Yeah, they did just have a stare off. Both have, you know, intense looks, and then Levi would be like, well, at least your outfit's clean. They'd have like a respectful nod and then go their separate ways.
Yeah. Outfit's clean.
And my other one is for, again, Matthew. What would you say on the, what would Levi say to Haji, like, if he confessed to his love for her?
If Levi confessed his love to Hanji, I'd be more of, well, I guess Petra isn't an option anymore.
Too soon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, probably. Probably something along the lines of, look, you're crazy and you're kooky. Sometimes a little spooky. Does that sound familiar? But, what can I say? I need a little bit of craziness in my life. We're going down here at the end of humanity together. Let's do it as more than friends.
Thank you. And have a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, too.
Hello.
Hello.
Question specific for Eric.
Oh.
When Makao does her inspirational speeches for Ryoku, do you feel as motivated as the character of Ryoku does?
Well, I guess it helped that I had seen the series before, but I actually don't get to hear a lot of the inspirational speeches, so I'll catch like the very end of it or like the middle of it, because Ryuko, like, she'll make weird noises in the middle of them, because like Mako will come up and, you know, grab her boobs and stuff like that. So more often than not, I have to be like weird stuff like that. So, but after actually listening to the finished product, I do feel like really pumped for watching the rest of the show, because Christine just nails those speeches. She's so good. like, man, I can't. She's too good. I can't even describe it.
It's like her spirit animal, Mako. It's like the most like pristine role I've ever seen her in.
Really? She's really quiet usually, so.
She knocks it out of the park, man.
Yeah, she's
Well,
so
when
good.
she's good.
Little girl, so much energy.
Thank you.
Next question.
This is David. Can you use your resurrection as Grimjow? Just when you say hi.
I'm sorry?
Can you use your resurrection in Grimjow?
Resurrection?
Yeah. Release me.
Isn't, what does he say?
Grind. Pantera.
Grind pent. Okay, it's a loud one. Back off. Ready? Grind Pantera!
We all wipe the blood from our ears.
And now I pass out.
I actually had two questions. One for Erica. What do you think would happen if Sasha from Attack on Titan actually met Mako and they both did an inspirational speech for Ryuko? And for everyone, what do you think would happen if you all your characters got into like a giant boss-like battle? And who do you think would win?
Well, considering Ryuko knows Mako a lot better than Sasha, I think she'd kind of just be like, who the hell is this chick? To Sasha, and then just be like, oh, Mako, to Mako. So, I don't know. It's crossover questions are always so hard. I don't get those too often, so I'm sure you guys are probably more used to them than I am. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she'd kind of just be like, there they go again, that kind of thing. So she's probably used to it at this point with Mako. She's so crazy.
I guess the second question is, of all of our characters that we played were to fight, who would win? Okay.
You're the most upgraded part.
Yeah.
So of all of our characters,
At their strongest, who would win?
Well, without him, I'm kind of screwed. So for both my characters, because he's my robot in both the roles I can talk about. So like, if he's out of the picture, then I'm doomed.
well, my character would be part of your power set. So
That's true.
Considering that would be.
But if we were losing, he'd probably put me in a cryo sleep and we'd just drift off and leave unscathed, hopefully. That's about it.
See, okay, Lisa is pretty badass, but Cube kind of just gets everybody.
It's true.
So I feel like if he convinced you guys to make a contract, although you're not teenage girls, so I don't know if that would work. I don't know. Do you guys want to make a contract?
Sure.
Yeah.
Meadow would probably do one because he's like, what is a magical girl?
I could make
Is
you
that
one.
a job?
Yes, it is.
Then I will do it.
Okay, great. I can grant you one wish. What would you like to wish for?
To have a job.
You want a job? Done. Sign here, please.
Chamber, what does she want?
It appears she wants to use your soul for some sort of ill-fated destiny.
Her soul? What is a soul?
Just sign there.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
And then I die later on.
Apologies in advance for your imminent demise.
Oh, that's it. Oh my gosh. Well, we're done with that scene. All right.
There you go.
I love making people into magical girls during panels.
I want to see your transformation. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. What color do you want your outfit to be?
It'd probably be green, just...
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Gargantia in the verdant dress form.
Ryuko's kind of
The
technically
Virgin
a magical
Dress.
girl, so.
Technically, yeah. Follows the tropes, technically.
I don't know. She fights in space and stuff. That's pretty powerful, right?
Yeah. It's hard to say like a fight between all of our characters. If you put them like within the characters individually, it might be easier to do. Like if I were to put all my characters to fight each other, like throw in Sinbad, throw in Leon, throw in Levi, it'd be like an intense fight. But I think the winner would probably end up being Kiritsuguemiya from Fate Zero because he wouldn't even be in the fight. He'd be 2 miles away in a clock tower with a sniper rifle. Yeah, and Saber would be fighting for him. So that's probably have to go with him.
That's a good one. Ryuko's probably the most badass character I play, so she'd definitely win if it was like a all my characters come together fight. Because I mean, there's Aladdin. He's got magical powers, but he's like, let's be friends.
And then his face always somehow ends up in her boobies, and she gets really angry. And you're like,
And she just like, stab him. Poor Aladdin. Just wants to be friends and touch boobies.
Another question? Do you want to
Yeah,
answer?
another question or?
Yeah.
Is anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
Step up to the mic, young man.
Thank you guys for coming out. This one's actually from Matthew. It's a little off topic, but he actually did some work on another project, Persona.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been dying to what was it like coming in, because you were the second voice for Kanji.
Yeah.
Like, how was that? Were you like nervous coming in, or because there's a lot of love for that character?
It's a combination of things. You know, whenever you step into a role that's already been established, it's daunting because all eyes are on you, all judgments on you. People are waiting for your slightest slip-ups to say you ruined the character, which is very scary as an actor. But at the same time, it's a cool challenge. And stepping into the footsteps of someone like Troy, who's incredibly talented, is also daunting, but also very. It feels good to be considered. And Kanji is a character that I loved since the original Persona 4 game, and I think not only is a really cool, multifaceted personality, but I think also encompasses a really interesting and unique struggle that a lot of people go through that I don't think is actively discussed and shown in a lot of modern media, especially in video games, and his struggle with his sexuality and kind of where he stands in that regard, and his identity within his school. So I accepted the challenge, did the best I could, and tried to keep as much of the original character in there as possible, but still bring a little bit of my own, flavor to him. But I love Kanji dearly, and I hope that I'm doing justice to him for you guys. So, yeah.
I think you did a great job myself.
Thank you.
And actually, like, on the net, people just say you really did a good job. Like, people aren't hating you, and they're not out to, the internet's a pretty terrible place.
It's the internet.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
And do you ever feel like, because you've actually voiced another character that Troy did before in Sky?
Yes, me and Troy have had a unique back and forth over the past couple of years.
Do you ever feel like, we're just, if one goes out, we'll just all come in?
We have a little bit of that going on, and we're both friends, and we have a similar enough range where it's easy. I mean, God knows he's the lead character in every major AAA game right now, so he's a very busy man, which is great because the busier he gets, the more opportunities there are for me. So keep kicking ass, Troy. But yeah, so it's not weird at all. It's actually pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
I unfortunately haven't gotten to the two animes that are featured here, but I'm looking forward to them. But I wanted to say two things. One for Alan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I remember seeing you here. You've been a great guy, and it's just great seeing you actually just work.
Thank you.
And the other one is for Matthew, because I'm a longtime fan of Resident Evil. I just want to hear Leon greet their four characters from their two feature anime.
How would this work out? Okay. Given the usual life that revolves around Leon, it would be a heightened tension and immediate danger at all times. So it'd be one of those like, okay, I don't know where you are, where you come from, but that robot looks useful. Jump in, follow me. You put more clothes on. You are her clothes. Get more of you on her. Here's a gun. Follow me. There's at least 4,000 out there. Aim for the head. Double tap. Wait, is that Ada? I don't know what that was, but it happened.
It was fabulous. We have 5 minutes.
5 minutes left.
5 minutes. Lightning round.
Yes.
Just quick fan questions.
Someone, go to the mic. Quick, we only have 5 minutes. It's me.
Ryuko.
Yo.
Yo.
It's good to see you again, Matt. I saw you at Kraken Con.
Yeah, good to see you again, Ryuko.
Just wondering, Ryuko, I just want you and Ryuko to just have this conversation, or just like say something to Ryuko, and then Ryuko just give him a response, and then Zenkatsu just say, like, I know, comment between them or something.
Say a what?
Just, like, hit on Ryuko, and I just want to see how she'd respond to that, maybe?
Yep.
And then,
So wait, who's hitting on Ryuko?
Aikuro.
Oh, Aikuro.
And then Zenkatsu just kind of, gets defensive, or just kind of interrupts the moment, I guess.
Okay.
Just to make this interesting, I'm gonna go for his teacher form.
Oh, okay.
But we have to be careful about how we handle these circumstances. People will start asking questions about our certain relationship.
The only relationship we got is the one between my foot and your ass.
Well, who's to say I'm not into that, so I'm an open mind.
Yeah, you like that? You want me to hike that up a little more?
I immediately regret my decision.
Don't try. It only goes downhill from here.
This is a question for you, Mr. Mercer. Have you played Fire Emblem Awakening? And if so, who did you marry Crom off to?
I'm partway through the game. It's one of my flight games that I play over flights. Sadly, I can't marry him to kill him, because that would make people actually remember who he is. I haven't got to the point where he marries yet, so I'm still deciding. I briefly forgot the story and was like, oh, well, Lucina oh, never mind. That would be really awkward, so I haven't decided yet. I'm still plotting.
All right, thank you very much.
I got another scenario for you. So, like, Leto's like a trained soldier, and Alvin's a mercenary. So if Chamber's not involved in stuff, how would a gunfight go down between them? Since they both use guns.
Between who?
Between Chamber and Alvin?
No, Leto and Alvin.
Leto and Alvin?
I don't know, I have a really spiffy gun that turns into a sword that, like, I made flutes out of. So.
That's okay, I've got a gun and a sword. Best friends, don't worry. We'll be best friends, we'll journey the world together, and in no way, shape, or form will I ever betray you.
I will trust you, okay?
Good. Let me show you how to wear this scarf better.
These are dark times for Leto. Jeez Louise.
This side, change things up a bit.
Thank you.
Oh, the gibberish? The language that I had to do? Oh god, that was a pain in the foot. Like,
I don't envy you that. When I saw all the stuff you had to read, I was like, I'm so glad I have a translator.
Yeah, and I was just like, okay, so we got it, and I was like, Tony, what is this? And he's like, well, he speaks a different language when it's in their perspective, and so you're gonna have to say all this stuff. And he had a bunch of paragraphs that were just in like this weird language, and the language turns out to be German, but they took the letters within those words in German and they swapped it around. They made his language that way. But it was really cool because it was a huge challenge because I'd always screw up, and there's flaps to match to at the same time for timing. And I would just look down at Chambers' thing and I would read Chambers' translation, and so I just pretend that I was doing, I was saying that while saying just the lines, so the lines were just rails for me. But like, to get there, because I speak Korean and I don't speak German, I would pretend I was speaking Korean while speaking his translation line, while actually speaking his line on the rails. So,
What?
yeah.
Great power.
Okay, it was fun. It was a bit of a challenge though, thank you.
Oh, we're getting a timeout signal.
Aww.
Oh, it's time!
Oh no. was
Well,
so
thank
fun.
you.
That was so
Yeah.
fast. That was an hour?
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for coming, guys.
We all have more panels and more events throughout the weekend, so any questions that didn't get answered, feel free to bring them to our other events, or if you see us at a signing or whatever. But anyway, thank you all for having us.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye.